Hi and welcome to video 7 of this Unit 4 Topic 1 Financial Maths from the General Math Curriculum. And in this video we're going to look at how and what happens when we change investment periods and compounding periods. And so we're going to start with the example we were doing before, which was based on P is equal to 2000 and I was equal to 5%, so pretty simple numbers. And we're going to look at the compounding periods being yearly, monthly, weekly, daily. And in order to make an accurate comparison, we're going to consider the value of investments after 5 years. And then we're going to use a spreadsheet to compare the investments for 0 to 20 years. So let's do after 5 years first. And I can do this each individually using the formula. So A is equal to P 1 plus I to the power of N. I've done the first one. I did it in the previous example. And if you remember the last video, we got to 5 years being 2,552.56. So this is for the yearly. A was equal to 2,552.86. Now if I do it, so this is number 1. Number 2, we'll do it monthly, which means that we have an interest rate now of 5% over 100 over 12. So over 1,200 will give us our monthly. And N is equal to 5 years times by 12 to give it the number of months. And we get A is equal to 2,000 times 1 plus 5 over 1,200 to the power of 60. And that gives us 2,566.717. Well, actually, we go 2 decimal places because it's finance. So 72. And the third option is weekly. So we have I is equal to 5 over 52 times 100, which is 5,200. And N is equal to 5 years times 52, which is the number of weeks in 5 years. And so we get A is equal to 2,000 times 1 plus 5 over 5,200 to the power of 5 times 52, which is 260. And this is 2,567.74. And our fourth option, of course, is daily. So I is equal to 5 over 365 times 100, which is 36,500. N is equal to 5 times 365, and therefore A is equal to 2,000, 1 plus 5 over 36,500. to the power of 5 times 36,500. Take your guesses as to what this will be. And the answer is 2,568.01. So as you can see, we start at 2,552. We get $14 better making it monthly, but then we only get $1 better making it weekly, and then we only get 27 cents better making it daily. As we spoke about before, the shorter you make the time periods, the less effect it has, but it does still have a positive. And now time for some light-hearted entertainment.
Why did the chicken cross the road? To run away from the fox.
And now let's have a look at this with an exemplar spreadsheet, which I'm going to show you now. And you'll find this on the OneNote, so you can have a play around with it as well. And I just want to show you how these spreadsheets work. So here's a spreadsheet. We've got our period, yearly, monthly, weekly, daily, and our periods per year, 1, 12. Weekly, there are 52, and daily, there are 365. I've set up my principal and interest rate over here, and I've done some calculations using formulas down to 10 years. So what I've done is I've started with the 2000, and I've used this formula here, and it's saying get I1, which is principal. I've got the dollar sign, so when I drag my formula down, it doesn't drag this value down to here in these blank cells. And then I do 1 plus I2, my interest rate, divided by B$2, which is the number of periods per year, times by 100, so our interest rate divided by that. And then I do all that to the power of A4, which is this value here, times by the number of periods per year. So that $2 is that multiplier to change the periods. And I'll talk more in class about how this spreadsheet actually works, but you can have a play around with that. When I want to drag it down, you'll see that if I drag the formula down, I get it, but the only thing that changes is that A4 goes to A5, and A5 goes to A6, etc. I've got the same thing here, the same formula, but this time it's C$2, and I can drag this down to fill up down to 10 years. You see the work it does. You can also see that after 10 years, I've made an extra $37 or $36.23 by going monthly instead of yearly. And so I can take this formula and copy it across to here, change my C to a D, and that will give me my value. Take this formula, copy it across to here, change the C to a D, and this will give me my value working this way. So I get 2,000 there, and I can drag that down, and you can see I've got a slight improvement on that weekly, and then I can take the formula here, change the D to an E to give me a daily rate. And you can see that this value is also improving here. Drag that down to get this, and it's slightly better there as well. So there's a spreadsheet. This is a nice little way to play with it. We could draw a graph of these. They'd be slightly exponential, but the interest rate is probably too low to really have a noticeable exponential function, but it isn't quite linear. It's just slightly curling up. So there we have it. All the best.